Greetings. More on Egyptian pi. One of the great tales that is told on some programs is that the Egyptians understood the value of pi to some great level of sophistication. And the reason is that some of their architecture they have marked off in these very precise multiples of pi. Well, if I can mark something off as multiples of 4, you would think I have to really understand 4 really well. And you might be correct. But does that actually hold up for pi? Well, let's take a look at something. Suppose I have a wheel. And forgive my drawing. And we know the wheel has a radius. Now tell me about the circumference of this wheel. The circumference of this wheel is 2 times the radius times this fantastic number called pi. That means the circumference is a multiple of pi by the sheer fact that you take pi and multiply it by 2 numbers to get the circumference. So circumference has no choice but to be a multiple of pi. And if your wheel goes around a whole number of times, you get a really nice multiple of pi wherever you go. So, let's talk about the Egyptians in building. So the Egyptians want to build a building, and one of the things they may do is want to measure the size of the building. And they have an idea of how to measure it. Do they go down to the local Ace Hardware and buy a measuring tape? And the answer is no. But what they do is they have a measuring device that's been around for a long time. And it's a wheel with a hole in it. It's called a Trundle wheel. And what we will do is we don't talk about the radius of this wheel, but we talk about the distance around the wheel. And we may mark the wheel at 4 locations, 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. And we can talk about how many turns of the wheel it takes me to go from some point A off over here to some point B. And if the wheel takes a whole number of revolutions or rotations to go from A to B, tell me about the distance from A to B. Well, we just saw if it's a full rotation, I have a multiple of pi for every full rotation. Does that mean I have to know what the number pi is? Absolutely not. The wheel knows what pi is. Nature gave us pi. I just simply rolled a doggone wheel from A to B and said, I got where you wanted to go, 10 full rotations away. And I can put a stick on this, and I can have a man come along, and my man can be right here. And he can be holding the wheel, and he can be walking along. And as he walks along, every time the wheel makes a full turn, he knows, I've measured one of whatever my unit is going around the wheel. The man has no concept that pi is a transfinite cardinal number. He doesn't have to. As I said, nature does. And by the way, if you watch some of the more fantastical television programs where they talk about the great knowledge some of the ancient civilizations had about pi, they're, like as I've said before, they're full of bunkum. They knew how to make wheels. Wheels know pi. People, it took us a while, and we'll understand that more when we get to Archimedes. I hope this helps you understand a little about how I can get multiples of pi when I don't even have to know what the number is. I hope this helps.